What's going on, guys? J Flesh Tanks Dirt vs Substrate update number 2. Go over a little bit of what I got going on in both tanks here in a second. You know, whoever watches this video, if you leave a comment, I'd like to get an idea of how many people do dirt and how many people do substrate in their planted tanks. So leave a comment below, guys. You know, the dirt guys just say I use dirt as my substrate in my planted tank, whatever. You know, the substrate guys say I use, you know, I like to know what you're using, Eco Complete, you know, Fluoride, Fluoramax, whatever you're using. Just say, you know, whatever you're using in a planted tank, and then I want to kind of get an idea of what everybody else is using out there. So, anyways, dirt versus substrate. I got better growth on a few plants up here in the substrate tank, and I got better growth on a few plants down here in the dirt tank. So I'll start with the dirt tank. Dirt tank, the ammonia is growing better. I got probably at least a good inch of, yeah, at least a good inch of more growth in this tank than I do in the substrate tank, and it's throwing out side shoots, side roots. Same thing with the the sword plant. I got 3 new leaves on this guy. It's growing a little bit faster. Everything else is growing, or it's melted back, like the sage and the crypts have melted it back pretty bad. Everything else is growing. So, I mean, that's all you can ask for. Substrate tank, everything is growing. Just the ammonia isn't as growing as fast as the dirt tank, but the temple plant is growing. I mean, I've gotten like 6 new leaves, and this thing is growing all the way to the top of the tank. This guy's got a little bit more room to go to get all the way up to the top. So temple plant is definitely growing better in the substrate tank. And the riccia, which, I mean, it's not a rooted plant in the substrate, but it is growing better. The whole entire rock is showing new growth. Real nice green color. This guy has real nice green color up here, not so much down here. It is growing though, so that's good. Got melting, like I said, both tanks. Dwarf sage is looking just horrible in both tanks right now, but they're both doing pretty good. pH is like 6.8 to 7 in the dirt tank, 7 to 7.2 in the substrate tank. My tap water is about 7.6. I just strapped heaters on in both tanks, so they're going to be heated. They both went through their you know, nitrogen cycle. Got to do water changes on them tomorrow. Haven't seen anything out of the norm, you know, algae wise, or any weird fluctuations in you know, pH or ammonia levels or anything like that. So everything else seems to be doing well. Plants are growing. I have melt in both tanks, but nothing huge. So I'm real excited to have heaters on it, because if I want, let's see, I might start tossing some of them dudes in there. They like the sponges. All the cherry shrimp down in there. Might throw some cherry shrimp in there, kind of as test subjects. Not too sure on that yet, but like I said, leave a comment below, guys. Tell me what kind of substrate you're using in your planted aquariums. I'd like to know. Like I said, if you're using dirt, just say dirt. I'm using dirt in my planted tank. If you're using Eco Complete, I'm using Eco Complete in my planted tank. If you're using Fluoramax, I'm using Fluoramax in my planted tank, and so on and so forth. So I want to kind of gauge what all you guys out there on YouTube are using. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the little mini series, Dirt vs Substrate. I'm having a blast doing it. It's real low tech, just air driven, and I'm probably going to leave those big bags of bio media in there. Next video is I ordered some new bio media to put in my fluval canister filters. I'll show you guys that. I got a few things that I'm trying out with Lowigia cuba. I talked to a couple guys. I've really had a difficult time growing this plant, so I'm doing it in a different way, and so far it's worked out really well for me. So I'll go over that here coming up real soon. And this tank's gonna get scaped. I do have some fish in there. Where are you guys? They're in there. Where did he go? I got a school of black skirt tetras There's probably like 7, 8 of them in there. And I got my leopard bushfish in there. I love those guys. But anyways, dirt versus substrate, pretty close to even right now. pH, everything else is pretty close to even. Just a few plants here growing better, a few plants there growing better. Leave a comment below. Let me know what substrate you're using. Having a blast. This has been real fun, and I got a bunch of videos coming up. I got a lot of cool stuff that I want to kind of show guys. So, J-Flesh Tanks, Mr. Mom Tanks, fired up fishtanks.ning.com. Later, guys.